Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another review of Alchemy of Souls. This was another great episode. First, they hinted romance throughout this episode. And while I'm still speaking about romance, Park Jin, he needs a filter. He really does, or common sense. And also, I think this is the first episode that we've seen MuDeok and Ook not together. Well, not together a lot, because I think they only had about, 3 scenes. And yeah, let's not beat around the bush. Let's get to it. So right off the bat, they told us that MuDeok is BuYeon. They just gave it to us like that. They showed us a little girl who was blind holding the ice stone. What other character is blind? And I'm not talking about the one that Jinmu found, the one who is trying to trick the Jin family that that's their daughter. And here's the thing. The fact that she didn't open the gate to the cave where all of their relics are, and she cannot sense energy, that should have been a red flag. Oh, and also I'm not counting that one girl who pretended to be blind and looking for MuDeok. So romance was hinted throughout this whole episode, and I want to start with what happens to be my favorite comedy love triangle, even though I don't love love triangles, is between Doyu, Master Lee, and Park Jin. I want to get Park Jin out of the way. Every time he says something, Doyu just gets so angry. He's so slow-witted, no common sense, and no filter at that. So where Teacher Lee comes into play is when Doyu was doing the whole he loves me not, which I found so adorable. She was a little bit frustrated, accidentally kicked her shoe into the water, was trying to get it, almost fell, and this is where Teacher Lee saved her, and then romance music plays, especially every time they got closer. So Teacher Lee, he was aroused. And I found it so funny that he blamed it on not drinking the libido tea. And then we get to Master Ho's granddaughter, Yunok. She has a crush on Ook. No surprise there. She started to like him ever since Ook saved her from Gilju. And, she tried to make her move, asking Ook for tea and whatnot. But that one scene between those two kind of stood out the most for me was when Ook told her that her grandfather has been blabbering around about how beautiful his granddaughter is and how her beauty can blindside everyone. Ook's response to that was, sadly, I wasn't. I'm like, did he just call her ugly? And then last but not least, the Crown Prince. So he pretty much admitted his feelings in this episode, which, is pretty obvious to all of us. So right after he gave Ook alcohol, he only acted generous because MuDeok told him to. And he's only nice to MuDeok, not Ook. He started blabbering about how he hates Ook and how he hated MuDeok for supporting him. But at the end, he was definitely happy when he found out that MuDeok wasn't using his sachet as a way to get rid of flies. Right after he found out, you saw him walk away and smiling. Now to end this, I want to talk about Ook and MuDeok. They've been separated, and I think in this episode, they only had 3 scenes together. So MuDeok couldn't enter Songnim because she wasn't a member, she wasn't training there. She was able to enter that place before, but only as a guest. After she couldn't enter, she waited outside, even during the rain, and vowed to stay by Ook's side. This really shows the bond between these two characters. It was to the point where MuDeok was trying to get the spirit plaque from the black market, but yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. But then the maid that told MuDeok, well, there's a chance for you to go back to Songnim, and that is for you to enter a servant contest, which MuDeok kind of refused because it's like, well, I'm already a servant, but I'm not no ordinary servant. But watching the trailer, yeah, she does join the competition. This episode really did end on a sad note though, because MuDeok did get the impression that Ook doesn't need her anymore. She found out that Ook has found a woman that he loves. He decided not to leave the place because he's now following the rules. Even though she's getting that type of impression, we know that Ook misses her. And we got a scene of him saying he misses her. So this was a great episode. When it comes to the progression of the story, they definitely show how much of a bond that MuDeok, or Naksu I guess, and Ook has, because this is the first time we've seen them separated. And this is the first time that we've seen them only have less than, how many scenes together? They only had 3. That's the least they've ever had. I do appreciate the romance scenes that they showed us in this episode, even though it didn't go far, but I mean, you gotta hint some relations between certain characters. Not gonna lie, and this is just my opinion. If let's say that MuDeok was not gonna end up with Ook, I wouldn't be mad if Yunok was the second girl. I like her. I find it funny that they just instantly told us that MuDeok is BuYeon. I mean, to us, the viewers, it's pretty obvious. Well, it was either MuDeok or Naksu, but we had a feeling it was MuDeok anyway. But the fact that they just told us, it's like, hey, she's BuYeon, it's almost like the writers or the producers were thinking, well, the viewers is going to figure it out anyway, so we might as well just tell them without beating around the bush. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the episode and my review. Is there anything I might have missed? Please leave in the comments below. Other than that, if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.